Good evening and thanks for joining us. After months of enduring this pandemic, some people are dreaming of a vacation abroad. And today, the European Union, desperate to save its lucrative summer tourist season, is making a big push to reel us in. The EU has released a list of countries it considers safe, and Canada is one of 14 countries that made the cut. The United States did not. Airlines are also getting anxious to get more people on board. They're relaxing physical distancing policies and planning to fly full flights. Canadian public health experts, though, are sending a different message. They say just because you can doesn't mean you should. And even if you do fly abroad, you must self-isolate for 14 days when you come home. Airlines are facing accusations of putting profit ahead of public health, and Canadians are caught in the middle, trying to figure out what's really safe this summer. Our coverage begins with Crystal Goomansingh and the EU's attempt to save its tourism season.
After months of sitting empty, Terminal 3 at the main international airport in Rome is expected to spring back to life.
This
week, says the airport director general, we had an average of about 13,000 passengers per day. Usually, we would have 150,000 passengers per day. We are expecting further increases with the gradual reopenings. Starting July 1st, foreign tourists from more than a dozen countries, including Canada, are being welcomed back to Europe. Spain will adopt the European recommendation, says the government's spokesperson, which will allow the entrance of travelers from third countries. The pandemic had a stranglehold on Europe, cutting off the tourism sector, which generates 400 billion euros, or more than 610 billion Canadian annually. Health experts, however, worry the invite could lead to a surge in cases.
I'm quite concerned about travel, and I'm quite concerned about the attitudes I see taken by airlines, particularly their advertising. I see airlines offering to fly people all over the place starting in July.
The EU may have wanted reciprocal travel agreements, but Canada has extended its ban on most foreign travelers until at least July 31st. New Zealand is also on the EU list of safe countries, but it says it's not prepared to risk exporting or importing cases for the sake of a holiday.
I do think it is dangerous to suggest that we open up our borders at this point in time. This pandemic globally is growing.
Crystal Goomansingh, Global News, London.